Hello everybody. Well, due to popular demand, at least 3 of you, I'm back. Thought I'd do a quick international break video. We're all pretty bored anyway, so I thought it might be a moment for me to come into my own. See a horse in the background there? This is the countryside just outside Glasgow. Beautiful little frost on the grass. Love it, perfect weather. It's not raining, beautiful, clear, cold. These are the dogs. Nelly, why are you not saying hello? Oscar. And we're just going for a little ramble. But this could be a good opportunity for me to let them off. Right, Nelly. On you go, girl. Go and do well. Oscar's escaped already with his lead. Let me try and get that off him. Don't pee on it. So, how are we all doing? It's been a pretty stressful season this season, hasn't it? Been unusual. All the people that, the people in my main league that are usually at the bottom, currently at the top. It's all a bit of a sort of upside downy kind of season. Don't really know why. Someone more intelligent than me or a better handler stats might be able to say why this season's been particularly unusual. It just seems quite varied. It just seems like there's no real sort of clear form players. Your Salahs, your Sterlings, even Mane. No one's really sort of, kind of stamped their authority on the season. Apart from that fucker Vardy. I've got him now. So, I just thought I'd say a wee word or two for people like me that are struggling. I've had a bit of an upturn in form. I was about 2 million mark. Yeah, don't cry for me just yet. In the last 2-3 game weeks, I climbed about 1 million, back to around the million mark, which I wouldn't have taken at the beginning of the season, but I'll certainly take now. It's really quite simple. I think it's going to be quite a short video because the thing that sort of worked for me, and I realised it worked for me last season as well. Nelly, this way. Come on, this way. Got to watch out for sheep in these parts. Is if you want to climb rank, you need to have a few players that other people don't have, a few differentials, but not go crazy with it. You want your staples. So last 3 or 4 weeks, I brought in Vardy. That's covering my back. I don't think there's any point in going, well, I want to climb ranks, so I'm not going to get Vardy when everyone else has got Vardy. That's silliness. But I brought in, alongside Vardy, Maddison, Pulisic, and Jimenez. And actually, it's those guys. Obviously, Vardy has helped me, and actually, I captained Vardy against Arsenal. That obviously helps. But I'm really just sort of covering myself there. But it's actually, funnily enough, the little 8s and 9s from Pulisic, Maddison and Jimenez that I think have been the real rank climbers. And I had a kind of important decision there when I brought Pulisic in. He scored 4 goals in 2 games. Could have been a bandwagon. But his form looked good. His positioning looked like he was actually playing for a start and being positioned further forward. I don't know if that's bullshit or not. Tell me if that's rubbish. Anyway, it seemed good. And I thought, well, I could bring in Mount, who's about 40% owned. Everyone in my mini league had him, but I thought, no, Pulisic is the risk to take here. So I think it's small, calculated risks like that. Another classic example right now could be Tielemans versus Maddison, especially as he's maybe got an injury. And the only other one I sort of identified that I think could be interesting right now, there would be others, I'm sure, but the only one I could see was Rashford. Now, that brings me on to my next point. I think the key is kind of form, interesting player, around the 10% mark is going to be good for your rank. But the other key that I think there is team form. And that's why I think Lacazette and Aubameyang, so going back 4 or 5 game weeks, Aubameyang was my rank destroyer, killer of all seasons. I brought him in, sold Salah, and I thought, Aubameyang is going to be the difference. I think he maybe scored a goal, got an assist, but 4 or 5 game weeks of rubbish. And Arsenal are just in in downturn, in disarray, confidence plummeting through the roof. And I just don't think you want to get... Of course, sometimes you get a shit team with a talismanic player, of course. But I just don't think you want to be jumping on those teams, the Arsenals and the Tottenhams of this world, where confidence is low, performances are going to be poor, they're going to be losing to your Sheffield Uniteds of this world. I mean, that's actually no bad thing this season. I think you want to... I mean, Leicester is classic, Chelsea are classic, and that's why I picked Pulisic. And I mean, Maddison's not a differential, but relatively lower owned compared to some. But that's where I think Tielemans come in. I think you want to identify teams like Chelsea, Leicester. Now this is where I come on to Rashford. Do Man United count? I don't know. You know, I feel like they're slightly higher in confidence than... You stuck? No. I feel like they're slightly higher in confidence than some of those others. I need to rest my arm. I'll speak to you in a sec. Now, what some of my more regular listeners will know is that Oscar is a wee bit of an odd boy. Oscar, aren't you, boy? Catch this ball. A little bit of an odd boy. He's a bit nervous of other dogs. I can see up there in the distance. Very frolicsome looking hound, jumping about and barking. Oscar, you're not going to like that dog, are you, boy? He's a rescue dog. Doesn't really like other dogs. Very nervous. But a beautiful boy. Now, show everyone how good you are at catching. You ready? Good lad. So, might just do a little detour away from all those. Oscar, give me that ball. Go on, give. Yeah, good boy. So I might do a little detour away from them. Now, where were we? Yeah, I think Rashford and Martial could be interesting. Because I think since Martial's come back, since they got a couple of little wins and draws, draw against Liverpool, there's a little bit of confidence rising. Rashford, you know, he's not that expensive. He's gonna score goals. I don't personally. I've got Jimenez, Abraham, and Vardy. Who would I bring? I could, but I don't know if it feels worthwhile for me. But for others, I would definitely recommend Rashford. And yeah, put in the comments anyone else you think. But I wouldn't personally jump on Lacazette's, Ali's, Eriksen's, people like Harvey Barnes. I wouldn't be too clever and too arch about it. You know, I think you've got to, you know, don't panic. Take your time. Get in Vardy, get in Mane, get in Lundstrom. Jesus, that was another rank helper there. You know, get in. Don't be too arch and clever. But I think it's just round the corners. You know, having your Pulisic's in. And others like that, where you just might see those rank gains. I mean, last year when I had one of my best seasons, it didn't end that well, unfortunately, but I was in around the sort of top 10k mark at one point. The real rank climber there was Sterling. You know, he was 11 million. Everyone thought that was insane. No one was on him. But he had a couple of good games. I brought him in early, captained him, and got him for a hat-trick or whatever. And just... you know, went from I think 90k to about 20k in one game week. And I think that's where you can really make your gains. Identify one or two players, get a solid team in and around them, and see that rank climb. But yeah, let me know if you think there's anyone else I should be considering. Currently Rashford and Tielemans seem like the best to me. Chilwell, also not that highly owned. A couple of assists. I can't see many others who look good on form but aren't highly owned. Mousse, don't know much about him. Let me know if you think he's good, should be considered. The only thing I know about Mousse is my dad captained him in the first game week and he wasn't even on the bench, which did make me chuckle. But yeah, let me know what you think of this backdrop as well. See if I can get the dogs to do a little trick for you or something. Oscar! Through! Right, it's going to run through my legs. He didn't. Oscar! Through! Under! Oh, that didn't work. Right, I'll show you some of Nellie's skills. Nellie, come by! Lie down! Lie down! Away! Through! Through! Yeah. Nelly, catch it. Go on, go. All right. Peace and love.